Hello, so I'm just passing Angels Stadium on my left and Honda Center on my right. I'm in Anaheim, California, near Disneyland. I've lived here 11 years and I've still never been to Disneyland. I guess my last video was about still doing fun things with tinnitus. Maybe I should go. I have been to Angel Stadium and the Honda Center before for some sporting events. I got some good advice about getting earplugs. As I understand, if you have tinnitus, it's a pretty good idea if you want to do something loud. Don't where there's going to be loud music, for example. Don't not do it. But there are some earplugs that don't block out everything, but they block out enough so it won't be so many decibels, and you can still function pretty normally and even hear people talking to you. I didn't know that, so I definitely need to check out the earplugs idea. And I got some good advice from a person in the Netherlands. Thank you very much. I think your name was Rob. I can't remember. And let's see. So, what else are we talking about today? There's all kinds of different therapies for people. We get anxiety problems because of tinnitus or whatever else we have in our life. I think just about every human being in the last 2 years, because of the COVID problem, has had some level of tinnitus. Maybe a few haven't, but probably most have. So if you're having some problems with anxiety, maybe one of the first things to know is you're not alone. Most of us have this problem too. So it's just a matter of studying how to cope with it and learn to get along fine. And I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to me, because I've also had some trouble with anxiety. Sometimes I think thoughts like, oh my God, this sound in my ear is going to be something that I'll have to live with for the rest of my life. And what kind of life will that be? Well, as it turns out, I can do pretty fun things still. and I'm okay. I also have a problem with my toe. You can look it up. It's probably called hallux limitus, where I basically have an extra little bone spur on my toe. And as I study it, it looks like at some point I probably will have to get surgery on it, and the surgery doesn't work all that great, but it can improve it a little bit. And of course, I'm a dancer, so I'm very sensitive about my feet, and I want to be able to dance for a long time. So I think thoughts like, what will my life be like if I can't dance like I used to? That gives me some anxiety sometimes. But it's important when you have anxiety about something, a lot of times you're doing what you should be doing. You're asking the right questions. And there will be a logical next step that you will take, but you may not see it right now. So know that. You're moving back toward a good place again, even though you have anxiety now. And so it's great that you're asking all the questions. What's going on with the sound? Why did this happen to me? And how do I make it go away? These are very legitimate questions that I want you to know it's normal to ask these questions, and everybody who has had tinnitus has had to ask questions like this. Probably there's no one that said, I've got a new sound. All right. I'm so happy about that. Yeah. But for all the problems, like with my foot problem, I worry about it. I'm going to get through it. I'm going to do what I have to do. And as it turns out, there are lots of things I can do. But our life is always changing. And a lot of times, the things that are the most challenging for us are also shaping us. If we listen carefully, they're shaping us to become a better person. And it doesn't always seem like it. It seems like it's not very fair that something like this would happen to us. But think about, for just to give some examples, maybe in Ukraine right now, they're having a war over there, and people have lost family members, and people are having to rush people to the hospital, or that sort of thing is happening, and all kinds of things are happening. But what's also happening? People who went through things before, they prepared themselves to be able to handle and give advice and help and take people to the hospital and all kinds of things to handle the situation that's facing people now. There's some great heroes that are moving forward, and it may very well be that something like tinnitus, you're going through something really enormously difficult right now, but it's preparing you to be able to help other people in the future who go through things. So I want to invite you. This is yet another way. I talk about many ways to do this, to take the focus off of you and your problem and how bad everything is for you, and just think about for a moment, you're still capable of helping other people too. You don't have to always be
in 800 meters, keep left to stay on California 57
navigation. North. But you don't have to always keep thinking about you and what's wrong with you, because you're so useful still. There's so much you can still do, and if you can start thinking about who you can help, or how this tinnitus is preparing you.
Keep left to stay on California 57 North.
How this tinnitus is preparing you for something you can do in the future. So it may not be clear right now, but you can be sure that if you'll just work on this and work on how to cope with it now, you're going to improve. You're going to get better at it, and you're going to feel a lot. You might feel like $1 million sometimes. Yeah, with a golden sound that made you that $1 million, right?
In 1 kilometer, keep left to stay on California 57 North.
Yeah, so I hope maybe I'll make a few $1 million. Maybe tinnitus will help me to challenge myself to get more out of my life too, and not be so anxious about it, because I definitely had this problem sometimes. So anyways,
keep left to stay on California 57
today.
North.
And sorry about the navigation. I'm heading to Claremont, California, and then Monterey Park, California. And I'm going to meet some Chinese friends. So that'll be kind of cool. So, okay, I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.